Hey everybody, Dave Cooper, and we are just wrapping up our European tour of Germany, Austria, and Italy. We have so much great content and we're looking forward to sharing it, all of it, with you out there. But before we do that, we're going to be live again next Monday and Wednesday and possibly Friday, so stay tuned. We'll start talking about all the things we are doing in Europe and also have some more amazing guests on. But today we are taking a look back at the house that she built. This was built by amazing women from all over the country. So we're going to hop into it right after this word from our sponsor.
Stream Modular, the only logistics company you need to transport your mods, pods, and panels. Our friends at Stream Modular are investing $50 million over the next 25 years to build the technology, solutions, and trailers needed to handle and transport the projects of today and meet the demands of tomorrow. Reach out to their team at streammodular.com to discuss your next project. CombiLift is the largest global manufacturer of multi-directional forklifts and straddle carriers, a leader in long load handling solutions, offering a free warehouse and site optimization design service. CombiLift helps companies of all sizes and from every industry maximize the capacity, safety, and efficiency of their warehouse and storage facilities. A big thank you to Paul Short and the team at CombiLift for helping us all to build it better. Visit them at combilift.com. Brave Control Solutions, where offsite manufacturing systems that do more than just improve productivity. They have a unique approach to industrialized construction, a lineup of flexible automation systems specifically designed for the construction industry, empowered by CAD to Fab, and turnkey solutions for 3D volumetric assembly, structural insulated panels, finished wall assemblies, MEP component processing, assembly, kitting, and storage. Learn more at thinkbrave.com.
All right, welcome everybody to this special edition product spotlight. We are in Saratoga Springs at the house that she built in Utah. And man, is this house beautiful. And standing with me is Stephanie Sharp. Stephanie, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You know, so before we get into this, Stephanie, we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You have any knowledge as to why we're on Twitch?
No, I'd love to know.
Because that's where the young people are. That's where the gamers are, the virtual reality players. We're living in a world of digital twins. We're living in a world of offsite construction, BIM modeling, and all the great things that are out there for everybody to join us on. So, everybody, if you could hit that like and share button right now, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And a big thank you, because we are here with the National Association of Home Builders student chapter, which we're really looking forward to be working with. And we're live streaming into their classrooms right now across the country.
It's incredible. Cool is that? It's incredible.
I mean, it's super cool. You know, I always say, I can't believe I'm going back to school.
I know. Well, here we are.
So Stephanie, why don't you just give us a quick background, a little bit of rundown of how all this came to be, if you could.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Professional Women in Building Group of Utah was started about 3 years ago by Kristen Smith. And we are an ambitious group of women that all got together. And the idea of the house that she built was actually kind of a joke at first. And the team that we have just said, no, we can do it. And so we never thought if we could do it. It was just, right, how quickly can we do it? So from there, that's where the house that she built kind of came together. And then we just grew our team and found enough people, found the land, right, and here we are. And finding people was no joke. I mean, you had plumbers coming from Pennsylvania and sheetrockers and carpenters, all women coming from all over the country to be part of this. We did. Everyone came from Seattle to Maine. So all across the US, we had people join in. And the cool thing was they did it for free. So we flew them out here, we put them up in a hotel, and they worked for free for us the whole time they were here. And coming from a Instagram DM from some random person, it was pretty amazing that they actually showed up, to be honest. So, you know what? It's funny, since we've been here, and you'll probably see some working as we walk around the house. Everybody's just so excited to be part of this project. I mean, you've mentioned there are some people on the team, some of which we'll be interviewing later, that, I mean, they have just spent so much time here just helping out. And they may not even be a builder, Right.
just helping.
Right. Yeah. And, I think for me, the coolest thing to see is we've got a local real estate agent. Her name's Crystal, and she's probably spent more time in this house than anyone.
Yeah.
She's learned everything from foundations all the way to walking around doing touch-up paint now. And it's cool to see people that aren't in this getting hands dirty every day actually here learning and doing it, and it'll better her career in real estate. So
Sure.
it's cool.
It really will. So one of the things that I definitely want to point out is you are the president of the PWB.
I am.
Professional Women in Building.
Yes.
And from what I'm hearing, all the stories, you were in a meeting and this idea came to your head and it just popped out that this is what you're going to do.
Yeah, it was a meeting with all of us women, and we just said, no, you know what, we can do this. And it was a little bit of hesitation, but overall, we all knew we could do it. So we all put our feet to the fire and made it happen.
That's right. So for all of you tuning in, we are going to walk around the house. We actually have other members of the team in different sections of the home. And then we are going to come back at the end and all stand around this beautiful island here in the kitchen. So if you have questions or comments, put them in the comment section. But if you have a question, please put a Q in front of it so we can find it easily in the sections. And then all of these fine ladies that are with us here today will be able to answer those questions for you. So with that said, this is where where the pavement hits the road. Tell us what your role was on a day-to-day basis here.
Yeah, so by profession, I'm a home builder. I served helping the other two general contractors on this project, so just checking on things. But my baby in this home is the finished carpentry, so that's kind of the piece that I took on with a bunch of women from all over the U.S., and that's the piece I put the blood, sweat, and tears into. So
I love it. I love it. And you know what? It is so bright and sunny here. We're like almost a mile higher than other parts of the country. The sun is huge. If you've not been to Utah, you need to come to Utah. Why don't we show them what the exterior of the house is? We took a small video just so you know what we are standing inside of. Why don't we share that with them real quick? So here's the exterior of the home, everybody. Hit play. So tell us a little bit about what's on the exterior of this while they're looking at that.
Yeah, so we are in a master plan community, and the home builder that builds here was generous enough to let us use one of their floor plans and make tweaks to it to really fit the needs that we found important. So the great thing about the outside of this house is it's all hardy board siding. We've got a really unique garage door, a really unique custom built front door. Right. The cedar siding up in the gables. It's a really beautiful home, and it shows itself right when you turn into the community. So,
and this isn't a standard home in the community. I mean, the exterior has some of the same features as other homes in the community, but the interior of this is an amazing layout.
It is, yeah. That was the best part about the home builders. They said, here, you need to use one of our floor plans so the outsides stay consistent in the neighborhood. But yeah, the inside we kind of gutted and made it our own. And you'll get to meet Stephanie upstairs who did the design, and it's incredible. It's a really fantastic floor plan that flows really well.
That's right. So we have Stephanie Sharp and Stephanie Thatcher, right?
Yeah, we do.
So I'm not going to get it messed up today, everybody. For those of you who join me, I have a tendency to do that. But Stephanie spells her name with a PH for Passive House. If Mark, Baranecki Willie was out there watching us today. But listen, everybody. So we're going to start walking through the home. Stephanie, we're all going to come back to this section of the house at the very end to ask questions, answer questions. We're going to ask you your one thing. We're going to ask you lessons learned. We're going to have a roundtable discussion as to, how powerful what you have all done here is to the workforce that's out there, the workforce that's looking to come into this industry. The more women we have in the industry, the further faster we'll go. And the more younger people we have in the industry in general, the further faster we're going to go. And I think this is a testament to everything you've been doing here. And there's a lot of young people here.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
It's so inspiring. It is. It is so inspiring. With this said, before we go downstairs, Stephanie, you've been in the building world for quite some time. Your family was part of building and still is.
Yep.
And now you guys are doing a lot of custom homes all over the place. So there's a lot of experience here.
Yeah, my dad's been a custom home builder my entire life, and all I've ever known from 16 years old is some type of the building industry. Right. I started in architectural design and kind of morphed through real estate and then into being a general contractor. I think all of those different fields that I've worked in have made me a better contractor today. But yeah, I mean, it's just been my life. That's what I've always known. So.
And true to that, I mean, even when you came this morning, you were putting outlets on and working. So, this isn't a lot of talk. There's physical work happening along with the mental work that goes into the coordination. And this is a hugely coordinated project. And that's the last thing I want to touch on before I go downstairs is, this started right before COVID.
It did.
Right? You're bringing together all women to pull this house together. And there isn't women plumbers and there's not a lot of them.
Right.
So you had to reach out and find people from all over the country and they volunteer their time, like they said, to come out and help. The coordination during a pandemic to do something that nobody else has ever done before is a true testament because you're on time.
Yep.
You're going to make you got some final finishing touches, but you're on time to make the showcase of homes here, right?
We are, yeah. We are actually a little early, which is great. The Utah Valley Parade of Homes loves it when you're a little early. So, but yeah, coordinating all the people in the middle of a pandemic. We had a killer team. Jenny Tanner kind of run our labor section of all of it. She coordinated flights, the whole deal. So yeah, if it weren't for our team, it would have been a lot more difficult than it was, but we have an incredible group of people. Right. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. So Stephanie, thank you so much. We are going to head downstairs and we're going to show you the basement. You might see me on a jungle gym swinging from the rafters. You think I'm kidding, don't you? Well, follow us. We're going to go downstairs. I'm going to walk over here. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. I know there's a Kim Parker down here somewhere.
Come on down, babe.
And Kim is one of the lead designers. And the amazing part is wait until you see this basement. I mean, it is so much fun. We're going to have some fun, right?
How are you, Dave?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Kim?
Good.
So, Kim, before we get into the fun, tell us a little bit about who you are.
Sorry.
I said
I pushed the button.
So let's talk about it a little bit. Tell us a little about who you are and how this got started and how did you get pulled into all this?
So I was in a PWB meeting. I invited by Christy Allen to go, and I think I was one of the dumb ones in the meeting that said, yeah, this is a good idea. We can do this. But we didn't realize how much work it was going to take.
Right.
But it's been an amazing experience for everybody involved.
Sure. And how long have you actually been in the design world now?
So since 1998.
Yeah.
So I went to school to become an architect in 1994, was the only girl in the civil engineering program there. Well, actually, there were two other girls. And then I moved to construction management where I was the only girl.
Wow.
So I understand what it's like to be alone in the industry, moved to interior design, and I've been in there ever since. So
it's powerful what you just said. Yesterday, we came here to do a walkthrough and just get a feel for everything. And we brought our daughters who were like, do I have to go? Do we have to go to another job site? Because we're on the road and we're doing this all the time. And by the time they've met all of the people involved and saw all of the women working and the swag, the house that she built, they were so, like, that's all they talked about when they got home. I think this story is so inspiring for the next generation of leaders and workers and team members that want to come into this industry. Yeah. And like you said, when you were in school, you were one.
Yeah.
Of, 100.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping, that this house is inspiring people to, 10 years from now, if we do a project like this, that we'll have plenty of women who can come and do the labor.
I'm sure there's going to be. This is going to be very inspiring, and we're live streaming into the student chapters, so I love it. All right, so here's the fun part where I'm going to probably rip my pants and my shirt. So tell us, what is the inspiration behind the design? What do we have going on there?
Okay, the demographics of this house is that it's a young family neighborhood. And so we thought this would be a fun place for kids. We built a playhouse, kind of an urban playhouse. We've got some metal awnings that are coming in on Saturday that, it's a work in progress. We've got some painting to do. But we wanted the monkeys to be able to play on the jungle gym.
Yeah, sure.
The mural was painted by Amy Anderson.
Wow.
And then, you can try those jungle gym bars out. I really do want to see you do this.
Do you guys out there want to see me climb a jungle gym? This is where I won't be able to move tomorrow.
We did add blocking, so full-grown men will not fall.
Well, that's pretty fun. All right. Now I'm all disheveled. My shirt's untucked.
Yeah, no, you're good.
All right. So that is really cool. And then you have a climbing wall behind you as well.
Yes, I've got to give a shout out to Heath Street Woodworking, who flew out to do this, as well as Mrs. Decor. So they flew out to help us with that as well.
The heck with the kids. This would be my space. I envision a studio like this sometimes. So you're going to have to design it for us. So we have some fun. All
All right, walk us through. What do we have over here? Let's check this out. I love it. This is kind of cool, right?
Little reading nook down there.
Yeah, I mean, it is a read. I would fall asleep in here.
Well, we're hoping the kids read.
Yeah.
But I do have to say something cool about this brick wall is that each brick, we had a brick day where each girl got to come and write their name on the back of a brick and butter it,
Right.
and then learn to place it on a wall. So that's kind of a special.
So you had people come in to learn how to do masonry. So this wasn't just a house that she built. This was a house that was a learning experience for everybody involved.
Right.
So
right.
include yourself.
Yeah.
Have you ever laid brick before?
I have never laid brick before, but I did do the caulking on this as well yesterday.
Did you?
So yeah.
You got it all cleaned up? I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. I love the natural colors that you're bringing in the house, right? It's blending with the mural on the wall,
Yeah.
which, I mean, that artwork's amazing.
Super fun. Yeah,
It
she did
is
a great
amazing.
job.
All right, and then what do we have up here? Let's check it out.
Run up there, Dave.
I love, this is my favorite part. Even though there's wet paint up here.
Yeah, wet paint. Be careful.
Don't touch the wet paint.
Don't
So,
touch.
I mean, this is a tree house built in the basement, so to speak, or a
Yeah.
playhouse.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
I'd never find my kids.
That's what we're hoping. And the kids will have a fun time.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So this is great. I mean, wow. I told you my daughters didn't want to leave. I'm never going to hear the end of it. All right. I love it. I love it. All right, Stephanie, let's talk about what we have back here. We're not going to walk through this whole area because it's pretty tight with the camera. To this side over here, what do we have?
We have another full bedroom, full bathroom.
Full bathroom back here, penny towel, floors, subway towel in the showers, full bathtub. Love it. What is it, a quartz countertop, I'm assuming?
Quartz countertop, yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great place for a guest to stay. We've got the kids' bedrooms upstairs, but down here we were thinking this is guest bedroom.
Sure. And a lot of things in this house were inspired or changes came out of COVID.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Why don't you walk us through?
Let me show you one that used to be storage space,
Go ahead,
and
I'll
we
stay out
changed
here,
it.
you walk in.
We changed it into a flex space.
Yeah.
So the idea was that mom could come in here and have an office while the kids are being the wild things out there.
So because of COVID, it was just a space to get away, or if somebody got sick, they could stay in here.
Yeah, so this is really meant to be her office. So we're missing a desk. That's coming, but this is supposed to be mom's office down here.
Mom's office. I love it. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that at the end too, because there's quite a few moms involved in this project. So I know I hear it quite often, especially in our motorhome that we're traveling in right now. Why is everything square? This doesn't make sense. There's nowhere to put shoes, does it? Right? All these different things come up. So this gave all of you an opportunity to collectively take all those designs together and give them to the other Stephanie, who we're going to meet upstairs in a couple of minutes, to formulate this great idea.
Right. It was a lot of moms that came together and decided how we were going to eventually get this plan to flow and work for a family. And Stephanie did a fantastic job.
She really did. She really did. All right, let's go upstairs and let's meet Allison Campbell. I know Benny's going to go upstairs. I'm going to take that mic with me right there. All right. So, how cool was this basement? Thank you. All right, I'm having a lot of fun. I feel stretched out. My back feels better now that we just did all that. So we have another designer up here. How are you today? We're going to switch back to this other camera here.
Well,
All right, Allison Campbell, how
it's
are you?
me. I'm so great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So
I got to see you down there. That looked pretty good.
did it look good?
Yeah.
Did you see me hanging? I'm
I
all
did.
disheveled now. I know. That's the fun part about doing it live and unedited. People get to see really what's happening and what's going on around here. So, and I think it's such a powerful thing, what you all have done as a team.
Yeah, it's been an amazing part of the process, to be a part of the process. It's been amazing. Yeah.
So when you all came together, I mean, there's a lot of great minds here. How did you sit down and say, all right, well, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this. How did the collaboration and then the actual to-do list start happening?
You know, it's really interesting is because I think a lot of times people think, oh, all these women together on one project, there's going to be too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
Right.
But really, everyone just kind of knew their place. It was kind of like, I'll take this level, you take that level. And we just kind of worked together. And it's been such an amazing process. When we see women come together and lift one another, we've been cheering each other on the whole time.
Right.
And it's been the greatest thing to see, like how one designer does something and how another designer does something. And we throw in another set of designers. And yet it's all consistent throughout the whole home. And the goal at the end was just to lift one another and have a finished product that's just beautiful. And I think we're pretty dang close to that.
You're very close to that, if not over the top.
That's
close to that.
fabulous.
So, Allison, give us a little bit of your background, right, as a designer as well.
My first year, just kidding. Been in the industry for 21 years. Started kind of in remodels. I worked a lot with my dad in projects around the house. I think he kind of thought I was one of the boys instead of one of the girls, but I loved it. And then it kind of morphed into new construction.
Right.
And my brain just understands construction. And so it's been great to come in because I do more of construction design.
Right.
And then I get to do the finished product as well. So I've been doing it for 21 years. I love every moment of it. I've seen it change over the years, and it's been so fabulous to watch how contractors have changed their perception of when a designer walks on the job site. At first, it was, oh crap, here comes a designer and she's going to mess things up. She has no idea what she's talking about. She has no clue what she's asking us to do. She just wants it to look pretty and has no idea on the backside.
And how it works.
Yeah, exactly. But I come on site and I've been able to earn that respect a little bit from contractors. And I walk on site, I feel like everyone coming, they're like, she's going to have answers for us instead. So I've seen that over the last handful of years, and I know it's only going to get better in the years to come.
Well, you know what? I think it is. And I think the perception is changing.
It absolutely
When
is.
I walked in here, there's houses being built all around us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there has been a lot of just mutual respect with people coming in and out of here.
Yeah.
You know, women, men, female, male, it doesn't matter. I personally didn't feel any, like it just felt like I was in another project. And I think that's what people really need to understand.
Absolutely. Everyone has just come together with the main goal. And it's been such a good thing to see people from all over come together. Right. And we've asked some gentlemen to help with the project, and they jumped in. It wasn't like, I thought this was all women, because we've needed help. And they have helped, and it's been amazing. So there's not been like sides. It's been fabulous.
Can I get a shirt that says the house that she built?
Absolutely, and wear it with pride.
I will wear it with pride. I love it. All right, so part of the design team here. Why don't we walk through some of that? Let me switch it over. Benny, you have it on the screen. Let me put this over here for us to see. Why don't you walk us through from where Jennifer's sitting over there? Wave, Jennifer. Say hi to everybody.
She so didn't want to be on camera, but look how beautiful she is.
I love the dinette, right? It's sitting all the way around. It's perfect. You could get 20 people there.
So like Stephanie said earlier, we had a young family in mind kind of as we were doing this. And so having a sitting where you could load up the outside of the benches with kids, and you're not worried about anything, them ruining chairs, they just kind of slide in and they're good to go. It was and it all came together. There was lots of moving pieces with this, but it turned out perfect.
It really did. It's beautiful. It's comfortable. I was sitting there earlier. The lights that are, I guess you call it a chandelier, right?
It's a chandelier,
It's
yes.
a chandelier.
Good job.
And then let's walk through. We got the farm sink.
Yes, but we didn't want your typical like farm sink. So we went with the composite sink. So it's a darker color, a little more of a contemporary line, for more of a minimalistic look.
Yeah.
So that's what we've got going on here.
Right. Love it. And then let's work our way through
the coup de grace. It's got such beautiful color in it, but I feel like it's a kind of a timeless look because it's just your aged blacks and whites.
Right.
And then the concrete. It's a lime wash over it, meant to look like concrete. And so it just kind of brought the whole thing together with the dark bottom, the gray top, and then this pulled both those colors together. And then we can add lots of greens, and it really is such a simple palette.
It really is. I mean, if you were here, I know it looks good on camera, but standing here, it's amazing.
It's even better.
It really is when you look around and all the different textures and features that come in. So listen, everybody, if you're just joining us, we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and we are here with the National Association of Home Builders Student Chapter, and we have the honor of live streaming into universities and classrooms across the country, talking to the next generation of builders, designers, workers, framers, all of them out there. And we're showcasing a house that was built by all women from all over the country. And it's an amazing message to deliver to the world. So love it. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, what else do you want to see?
Well, let's walk us through. We got the fireplace here. I'm seeing a brick downstairs. There's a theme with.
Well, what's great is we've got the same color on this mantle as we did on the hood. So we've tied them together. That's key for me. I like to tie everything together. But yes, this thin set brick on here with the flush cut over grout makes it look like it's been here for a long time. And the texture was what we really wanted to bring in. Because again, when you're going simple on a design, texture is key. So that's what we did on the brick.
I love it. And what do we have as the mantle here?
It's a precast mantle.
Yeah.
So it's the same material as the hood. It just kind of ties all together.
I love it. So let's walk back over here, and then Vinny will take us down the hallway. We're going to switch some cameras, and then we're going to go upstairs in just a moment. So as we're back over here. So, Allison, when we come back, we're going to have everybody standing here. It's going to be a show. They all have these wonderful personalities. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. It's going to be your chance to ask questions. So please put a Q in front of the questions. Where we just have comments and you want to say nice things and inspire everybody, I'm all about it. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. So with that said, your one thing. We'll ask you your one thing when we come back. You don't tell us now. Don't tell us now. But lessons learned too. We're going to talk about lessons learned when we come back. So Allison, thank you so much. We are going to go upstairs. We're going to talk to Stephanie Thatcher, and she's going to kind of walk us through the whole concept of how she took all of your great ideas, right, and brought them together to really make this happen.
Perfect.
Sound good?
Thank
all right,
you.
I'll take that, and we'll see you upstairs in just a moment.
Great.
All right. I mean, these stairs are absolutely beautiful. The stairs are amazing, amazing. Sorry about that, everybody. A little glitch on the switcher. So as we go upstairs here, we are gonna talk to Stephanie Thatcher, who is the home architectural designer. Stephanie, I'm so excited. Here you go. Listen, Stephanie, this is an amazing journey for us as a family, first. And
Turn that off.
nope, you're good.
Okay.
So we're standing in a house. You're kind of the lead on the architectural design. You have all of these other ideas coming at you. Talk us through the process.
Well, like the other ladies mentioned, it was really fantastic because everybody really had great ideas and they were just contributing. We all had the similar vision of this busy family. And, you know, even though we started the design process before the pandemic,
Right.
I think the world was kind of shifting anyway into more of, you know, kind of a lifestyle oriented,
Sure.
you know, way of living and more freedom and things to do at home and busy, active families. And then the pandemic just kind of accelerated that a little bit. But when we all came together, we just had all these different ideas and, you know, everybody came in with their different perspectives and it worked out beautifully.
All right.
I think.
It is beautiful. Stephanie, tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure.
And you know, kind of how you ended up being part of this team.
Well, you know, the interesting thing is I never ever wondered what I would do when I grew up. I always was sketching floor plans, even as a little kid, getting magazines and books and stuff. And then my dad built our family home when I was a kid, and I got to watch that process. And then fortunately, I married into a construction family. And my father-in-law is a general contractor, and I studied architecture, and I graduated with my degree in interior design, worked for a local builder who actually has, you know, portfolio plans as well. And we developed that whole set of portfolio plans for them. So I learned a lot working for the builder. I would say I would attribute a lot of my like experience and knowledge from working there. And it actually helped to kind of drive the thought behind this, the edits and the changes that we had here in this home, where before when we came, you know, the plan that we started with, it was a great plan to start with, but we just wanted to ramp up some of the features. We wanted to open up the space a little bit more and have it be a lot more communal and family oriented, and then really just amplify the spaces for, you know.
And we're going to
living.
show all these different spaces. And just so everybody knows, I mean, this is an active work zone. It is not done yet. Everybody's waiting in the wings. We're filming. But I mean, we're not trying to hide everything. This is what's fun. It's real. It's unedited. This is what happens in these homes, and we're enjoying it. So we're going to walk around the corner here. Why don't we go back on this side? And then, Beanie, you want to just come in? As you can see right here, look, we got the painters in here working. Say hi. So what do we have? So we have a bedroom on this side.
Right. Yeah. So we wanted to make sure that there was room for plenty of people to be working kind of and living in one space. So we've got the laundry room right next to the bedrooms so that, you know, you don't have to haul your laundry through 3 levels of the house or whatever, but 2 bedrooms with a central bath in between. And split bath is always super functional because
Those are
you
kids,
can, you can have more than one person using the bathroom at a time. Somebody can be showering while somebody's outside brushing their teeth, getting
Right.
ready, doing their hair, whatever.
Yeah. So it's 3 bedrooms, 2 up and a master,
Yep.
right? Oh, no, it's 4 because there's one in the basement too.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and maybe we can show this bedroom here. It'll be easy for the camera guy to take a look at. So you have the twin beds in there, which is perfect. So the house itself is built for really a family of 5 or 6. the way
Oh
I'm
yeah.
seeing it.
Yeah. It seems tiny on the outside,
Yeah.
which is such a fun thing. It seems small, but it's 3,200 square feet total.
3,200 square feet.
So it's not too shabby.
No, it's not too shabby. You add that basement space into it, and it really just opens it up
Yeah.
and gives everybody their privacy and their
Yeah.
their own space. Well, the big thing up here is let's talk about the whole setup here. You have all 3 of these desk chairs sitting here for mom, kids, dads. Well, mom's office in the basement, I just heard. But all the privacy.
Yeah, homework station right here. Yeah, homeschool.
Was this
You know?
inspired from the pandemic of
Well,
what's been going on with COVID?
Like I said, we really actually designed this open loft space
Yeah.
pre-pandemic, and it evolved naturally with the pandemic and the changes that came from that with all the kids homeschooling
Right.
and people working at home and everything. So what an awesome space. And I really do think that it's kind of changed the way that things will be going, moving forward. So this is an awesome space.
It
Multiple people can be, again,
I
the
love
whole
the hardware,
multi-functionality, of the space. You see that kind of repeating
Yeah.
throughout the house in all the different spaces.
Look how big this is, everybody. Right? There's a ton of space here, but it's so needed. This is where I would guarantee my entire family would gather.
Yeah.
The kids would be sitting here doing their things or TikTok or whatever they're into these days.
Yeah, mom can be doing laundry,
Yeah.
dad can be doing laundry,
Dad can
like
do
whoever,
laundry,
whatever.
laundry all the time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So the big highlight that I think of the house also is the master suite.
Yes.
Let's go in and let's talk about, your concept behind the master suite, the design. It's very open, has a lot
Yeah.
of volume to it. So why don't we walk in here and take a look at that?
We wanted to make sure that the master suite felt really open, inviting, comfy, cozy, but also still felt like a retreat for mom
Yeah.
and dad to get away. So we've got the double doors, makes it really good flow in and out of this space. And then, we've got lots of light coming in. We've got these great skylights that spill the light into here, lights over here, or windows over here, a nice big window with a seat right there. And then of course, again, going back to the team effort, right? It
Right.
was the team effort brought in the tray ceiling and all the great feature walls, the fun barn door that we might get to see.
Yeah,
as we
we'll
walk
definitely
through.
show. But again, I know you're not on the design side, but the volume of this space, having those windows up
Yeah.
high, you don't have to ever put shades on them. It gives everybody their privacy from the neighbors, and you get that natural, beautiful Utah sunlight
Right.
all the time.
Yeah. You get to see blue skies, and it's like awesome.
Yeah.
You don't even have to put artwork up there, right?
No, you
It's
don't.
natural artwork.
And then to make it feel even larger, you added. It looks like it's about a foot of volume, maybe 14 inches of volume up
Yeah.
there.
Tray
For
ceiling.
the tray ceiling with
Yeah.
the chandelier light hanging over top of it. I absolutely love it. I love it. All right, so we're gonna walk into the master bath. My
Yeah.
kids would never leave this bathroom. I don't think I would ever leave this bathroom.
It's
so-
pretty spa-like.
Yeah.
That's for sure. We did have a lot of fun. And,
Let's check it out.
we were able to take from the original floor plan, it had a great walk-in closet and a master
Right.
ensuite bathroom as well. But we were able to make it so it was a his and hers
Yeah.
walk-in closets instead of just one shared closet.
On both sides.
Yeah. So I think that is something that, hey, sometimes I'm a mess, sometimes my husband is, right?
Yeah.
And so you can take your turns being a mess.
Right. Nobody can yell at the
And
other one for
exactly.
not cleaning up their stuff. So,
Yeah.
and I don't mean to shut you up. I gotta go. Whoop, geez. I'm banging them. Yeah, I love it. These are beautiful.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So you can have privacy without a door banging and swinging
Right.
into all these different spaces. So it worked out really well.
Oh, they have the clothes already. It's a work site, but they still have the clothes. I know. I love it. So let's walk around here and show them the master shower.
Yeah.
I think this is such a highlight that it's the size of an office.
You can all hang out. I call it a party shower.
Party shower.
Yeah. So you've got the tub and shower kind of combined
Right.
together in one big space. So it feels really big, open, spacious. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Meant for
I
the
think
whole family.
having that retreat for mom and dad.
and we know it well. We're traveling the country with our kids, and
Oh, yeah.
having that time to relax, to unwind. Life's hectic, especially with COVID. You think it would have slowed us down. It seems like it's more hectic in some ways than others. So, this bathroom in the whole house, the upstairs, the basement, with the room, and all the things that have come out of COVID, would you say there's a lot of good design ideas that COVID made us think about?
Well, I do. I think that, we now know that it can be challenging, right?
Yeah.
When we're all under the same roof
Right.
for an extended period of time. But I feel like when you're living in a house like this, where you have nice big open spaces, big hallways, the stairs are wider than, the minimum code requirement and
Right.
different things like that.
Yeah.
I do think that we're able to see just how we can take a small space and really make the functionality of it super impactful and super functional.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to live in a 10,000 square foot home to have a lot of living.
No, you don't. Listen, there's a lot of living in this house.
There's a lot of
There's
living.
monkey bars in the basement. Come on, Stephanie.
Whole playground.
So listen, why don't we go downstairs, join the rest of the team,
Cool.
and let's just have a roundtable conversation. Look at the comments, see what people are saying. I think it'll be awesome. And this is beautiful. You got the what they call it a water
Water closet,
Water
yep.
closet. Yeah.
Yep.
Love it.
Double sinks
The
too.
double sinks.
So we've got all that functionality
I know.
always happening everywhere we turn
Don't tell me
around.
I have to clean my sinks.
You're in charge of
You're-
your own side of
You're in
the.
charge of your own things. I love it.
That's right.
All right, so we're going to go downstairs, everybody. So while we're making our way downstairs, please hit that like and share button because we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And we are here with the National Association of Home Builders student chapter. So a big thank you to them, and thank you to all the students that are watching us. And hopefully they're being inspired by everything we're doing.
Yeah, I hope so.
I love
I
it.
would have loved to see something like this when I was a student.
Oh, look, who's here.
Hey, look
They're all
at that.
down here. All right, we're gonna unmic here, and then we'll switch back to the other camera. There you go. Good. All right, let's have at it. Let's have at it. So, all right, we got two Stephanies. We got Kim. We got Allison. Let's start off with Stephanie Sharp. Stephanie, you opened your big idea at the meeting. Who's the first person you reach out to? You say this, and all of a sudden everybody's going, "Wow, geez, what did she say?"
Well, that wasn't the response, which was actually really cool. In our meeting, it came up about, hey, this is what we should do.
Yeah,
Every single person in that room went, oh yeah, let's do it.
I love it. I
And the
love it.
hardest part for us was actually the land.
Right.
Finding the land. From there, it just took off.
Yeah. So tell me about with the land. How did that all come together?
I serve on the board of directors for the Home Builders Association. I had asked multiple builders in our group to kind of help us with a lot. They all kind of agreed that the idea was a little crazy. And I think it took some getting used to get people to think, oh no, they can do it.
Yeah.
And so luckily we found Oakwood Homes who said, we'll help you out. And that's where we are now. So,
All right. So we get the land.
yep.
Right. And then we have to come up with the concept of what are we building?
Right.
That was the next step, right? Walk us
Right.
through that.
Well, as soon as we had the land, Oakwood kind of put that stipulation that, we want the house to still fit in the community. So they gave Stephanie here options and she ran with it.
All right. So Stephanie, now you're involved, right? We're going through the design, and with that comes the designers, right? And you had to take all of their ideas and all of their years of experience and bring it into a house that everybody was happy with and really made a lot of sense, not just for y'all, but for everybody out there, for families.
Yeah, I loved it because, collaboration is key, I think. And so to hear, everybody would have a different perspective on, where the half bath should be and how the
Right.
door should swing and what should we see, where's the, how should the cabinets flow and all that kind of stuff. Just hearing everybody's different life thank you. Yeah, and perspectives and stuff. Thanks. It was really fascinating.
Yeah.
All the different stories that kind of just wove themselves together into this beautiful tapestry.
Sure. And how long has the project been going for now?
We had our groundbreaking September 18th of 2020.
That was a good time.
I know. But the concept was at least a year prior to that. It took a lot of time to get the land and get the team and, do the design and everything else. But yeah, we had our groundbreaking September 18th and an excavator was here the very next day.
I love it. All right, Jen, do we have any questions and comments we want to get into? Why don't we do that here, and let's put those up on the screen so we can really. All right, LinkedIn user. I don't know who that is. They are hiding their name. All right, hello, good morning. Nicholas Ream. I guess I just keep reading it. It'll pop right in there. Here from Montana Heritage Home Builders, Inc. and the University of Denver. Thank you so much for joining us. Daniels College of Business, Franklin L. Burns School of Real Estate and Construction Management. I can't wait. All right, so Nicholas Ream, I'm assuming is a student. That's awesome. Go for it. Lindy Denny, this is amazing.
Hey, Lindy.
Awesome. This is great. Steph Reed, Pound, PWB proud. Professional women and builders. The interesting thing about our show, and I'll go to Angela in a second, is we are bringing in new people. We understand our own acronyms and our own stuff when we talk to ourselves. Mm-hmm. So you'll find myself often stopping and saying this is what it means, right? All right, who is the next one? Sorry, I missed it. Allison Simpson, love this house and this amazing, inspiring team of women. Yeah. Love it. Perfect. NHB student chapters in the house. Thank you for sponsoring this event. NHB, thanks all of you for joining today. We're so excited about this home. Complete this form to win the house that she built set giveaway. That is cool. All right, we should just be doing that ourselves, right? We can win. I love it. That's awesome. Way to go, NHB. Matthew Cooper. Michelle Jamshadi, if I'm saying that right, if I'm not, I apologize. EIT and the PEG design team did a great job with the HVAC design.
Yeah.
They all did. I wish that, we could run through and just name all of the women that traveled the country to work on this house.
Well, and just like them, there's a lot of women behind the scenes that you don't see here hands-on. Yeah. The HVAC design was done by women. It's just really cool to see all the different pieces as a home builder that you take for granted a little bit, but it's just, that's how things work. We found women. So it's really cool.
It is cool. And the highlight to me with all this is that, it's not really a topic of, is there, women doing this? It's a topic of, we want more women to know that there's these great opportunities here. And there are a lot of professional women that are being very, very successful in our industry. And it's not just a place for men. It really isn't, and it's great to get that word out.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, professional women in building live on location, the house she built, Saratoga Springs, Utah. We have more comments. Steph Reed, proud home builder and PWB member from Ankeny, Iowa.
Yay.
What's up, Steph?
Angela, right in, right? So,
well, at least I won't mess it up, right? I already have my list. All right, Angela McKay, can I be a kid again? This is so awesome. Isn't it awesome? No, I need some Motrin. I haven't stretched like that in a while. Utah Valley Home Builders Association. Those children are going to love that playhouse. Heck, we want to play there.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, I mean, we should take this to every trade school, every high school, and just show them. I'm a big believer in getting the consumer to know what we can do, because then they can ask everybody else for it. That's what everybody else does that out there marketing, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Facing, I think is how we say that. Love the playhouse in the basement. What is the kitchen backsplash? I may have missed that.
It's from Bedrosians. It's just it's a handmade looking tile, but it is porcelain. But so Bedrosians on that one.
Bedrosian, and then the concrete.
The lime wash concrete.
Lime wash concrete on the top. Perfect. Lindy Denny, how would one get started in the trades? Excellent question.
Yeah.
Show up here. We've already learned that people have shown up. They're now masons, electricians, plumbers. But yeah, how do you recommend people get into the trades? Because you're all doing different things.
Right.
You're a general contractor. You're hands-on. You're here in the house doing work. You guys are also hands-on, but it's in a different atmosphere. It's on the design and layout. And then you're kind of the one dealing with the design itself, right, and the technology and the building departments and all that fun stuff. So how do each one of you recommend somebody get involved?
Yeah, so for trades or hands-on construction type of jobs, I would suggest reaching out to your local home builders association. They have great resources. They're really happy to help you. There's a lot of schools that still have trades programs, so that's also a good option.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, just ask someone if you're interested in working on a job site or seeing if it's something that you would fit into. Ask for an opportunity. I think that's all it takes. So
Yeah, can I just cut in? One of my favorite things.
Yeah, go ahead.
One of my favorite things when I came on site to help with some of the framing was seeing some of the same faces here every day, and they didn't have necessarily a lot of experience, or they didn't have a job doing that particular skill that they wanted to learn.
Right.
And so that's why they were here. And so that's what I say to most people. It's just like, find something that you're interested in, and then find a job, or be an apprentice, be an intern or something. To offer your services for free so that they can come and you can like trade knowledge for help.
Right.
I think it's important is be willing to start at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have to work all of us started at the bottom.
That's right.
And worked our way up. And so you have to start somewhere, and that's a great place because you learn more doing that.
I get resumes from the Home Builders Association.
Yeah.
Just for kids that
That's amazing, but it's just not in design. It's in architecture.
Everything.
It's on the job site. And there's a million moving parts on the job site and in the house and in the design, and you really think about it. And it takes a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of collaboration and a team of people to do it, because each one of you alone couldn't have done this.
Oh, no, that happens now.
Right?
I don't want to do some other jobs. They don't want to do mine.
Exactly.
So-
Everyone has their place in the process.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Steph Reed, we tried to do an all-women build home here a couple years ago, but our issue was lack of women in the trades. Thanks for leading the way, PWB Utah.
Mhm.
Right, but we're changing.
Yeah.
We're changing. Honestly, I think this is going to change it, and that's one of our goals. Is we need not just more women, we just need more youth and people in our trades,
We do.
and I think it'll come.
The thing, I mean, we'll take the credit for this house that she built house all day, but it wasn't just us. We had women from all over the United States that we had to bring in to do this.
Right.
And I think that's the important thing, is just knowing there are women in the trades, but there's not enough. We need you. We need all of you. So.
Well, that's where this gets inspiring, and people are going to see this, and we're going to talk to some of the other trades that were working on this and do some videos. So we're going to put it out there. There's even the Tiny Plumber, I think it was, right? When you think about it, has her own YouTube channel and really is putting it out there. So there's a lot of fun happening, and I think it's only going to get better. All right, Green Home Coach, PWB of Central Oklahoma, is loving this. Way to go. That is awesome. Thank you. Christy Howe, so inspired by this. I hope we can do something similar here in OKC. Yeah,
Well,
say that 5 times. Oklahoma City, is that where I'm at? Okay.
Yeah, but I think that's a great thing to point out, is a lot of other PWBs nationwide are going to want to do something like this. And our hope is that we can now give tips and tricks to the good and the bad that came with our experience.
And there's some ugly in there too. There's a
There's
little
a
ugly
little
in there.
Yeah. We're going to get into lessons learned. We'll get into lessons
That's where the
learned.
paint comes in.
Yeah.
We'll get into lessons learned here in a moment, for sure. All right, love it. I love it. Let me just take a look here. All right, so Alexandria Williams, what are you planning to do next? Will the She team be building more houses?
The She team. It's like the A team.
Who wants to take it?
Everyone, let's do it again.
pregnancy. In 8 months.
Yeah, give us-
Yeah.
Give us a little more time. Let us forget how this went.
I think the difficult part to doing an additional home or a home next year is that this house was built primarily from donations,
Okay.
not just labor donations, but also material donations. So to go back to vendors and suppliers and say, hey, I know you donated $70,000 last year, but we want to do it again this year. They love the idea, but it's just not realistic. So I don't know that this is something we can do year after year, but we want to help other PWBs do their own.
But I think other PWBs can do it using their local resources and their local
Absolutely.
community. I would find it very hard pressed that most people wouldn't jump on board, especially after seeing the success that has been happening here and the success that you guys, you girls, are having. But just if you really think about this and the amount of press this is getting, and it's getting out there, you are leading the way, and I think it's a very powerful thing. And I do think it's going to help other local, communities, whether it's professional women in buildings or just another builder, who's maybe not part of that do it, but they should be part of it because this is the great things that are happening.
Right.
Love it. Matthew Cooper, congrats all. We look forward to contributing to the next one.
Yes. We'll take it.
Matthew in the house.
Yeah, let's write his name.
Yeah, what's his
all over.
information?
Matthew, well, just remember my last name. All right, Topher McClarty, reach out to your local home builders association to connect with the NAHB student chapters and young professional groups to start building your career in the industry. All right. Here's something that I've been learning working with NAHB and the student chapters, and it's how much we know and how little, somebody not in our industry knows. Even if they're in school for architecture and design, we're showcasing, there was some panelization happened on this house and offsite, the different methods of what's happening. It's changing fast. The technology is changing quickly, not only on the building side, but on the computer and software and BIM and all this other stuff. Sharing all of this knowledge with the local trades, the local communities, the student chapters of college, what we take for granted, they just absorb.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're just so surprised by, oh, really, that's cool. So we'll get some feedback on this, and we love it when the students send their feedback, what they learned, what they liked, what they didn't like. It just helps us continue to bring them great content. All right. Do we have more? That's good deal. Oh, look who it is, Judy Donnell. Hey, Judy. Hello, Dave. Can't wait to get there June 3rd through the 5th. I miss all of you.
Well, we're excited to have her here. That's a big trip. We're really honored.
So Judy Donnell is the chair of NAHB associate members.
Yeah.
Which is great. So big supporter of the NAHB. She's been doing it a long time, volunteers a lot of her time. And I don't know if everybody knows it, but Judy also is with 84 Lumber, which is a woman-owned company. 84 Lumber, and I know they're across the country. So for all of you that didn't know that, it's a woman-owned company, and I think it's wonderful. Awesome. All right, next. Christy Howe, reaching out is all it takes. There will always be someone willing to mentor and share our experiences. Thank you, ladies, for being real. Love it. There's a lot in there, huh? Ken's over there like, oh my gosh. All right, appreciate it. All right, so listen, all right, we'll come back to some more comments. Let's start talking about lessons learned. Lessons learned, because I heard it a few times. We're gonna do it again. Oh, let's get over this one. Because every project, no matter how many times you build something, has its ups and downs. You think it's so simple, that it's so streamlined, and it just never does. There's always something because of the moving parts. So I think Stephanie, let's start with you on this, because you were kind of boots on the ground, organizing the construction, and then we'll work our way through. What's the lessons learned?
I think the biggest lesson learned for me, like you had kind of touched on earlier, this house was built with panel systems. That's something I'm really unfamiliar with coming from the custom home building world. So there was a lot of lessons learned in how that works, how things go together, how to adjust these kinds of panel systems, because they were built off site and delivered here ready to go. So, for me, that was a large one, was how to kind of deal with the panel systems. And also just coordination. I think coordinating in my daily job is easy because I know who's next. I know who I'm working with. But in a volunteer situation like that, it took a lot more time and effort, and we learned a lot about each other and our ups and downs and everything else. But yeah.
Well, so panelization, I mean, it is growing fast in this country. Offsite, modular, and all the different, because of the lack of trades. Some of this is being born out of that. So that's awesome that you guys did something that a lot of other builders aren't doing. Did it help you speed up your timeline?
I don't know, to be honest with you. With a volunteer project, our timeline was stretched out. We gave ourselves way more time than we really needed. That's why we're so lucky to be done ahead of time. But yeah, I don't know if it seems to work really well for the production builders in this area.
That do like the same thing over every day, the same house, same floor plan.
It's just they put it together and it's plan A, B, C, D, down the line. So I could see how it would help them. But yeah.
Well, I love it. So, I don't know, but with all the volunteers, but we still beat our timeline. Did anybody else catch that, or is it just me? No, I think it's I hear exactly what you said. Well, everybody's learning, so the efficiencies aren't there in every aspect of the job, because it's not everybody's every day-to-day job that they do. So I can understand that, for sure. So you're up.
Okay, so I think lesson learned for me was don't do this on your own, right? So we brought in 5 interior designers to handle this, which, I mean, if you look around the house, everything that is here is donated. One interior designer would have been such a burden for one of us to do it.
Seriously.
And so bringing on 5 interior designers to handle this was perfect. And I actually had a great experience working with all of us. You would think that five successful interior designers coming together and making them all work together and making this house cohesive you would think would be a challenge, but it wasn't. It was amazing.
Yeah, listen, and just so everybody knows, I've been hanging out with all of them off camera. They get along just like this, off camera as well. So they are getting along and having fun with it. And I think that's an important thing too, right? This is one home, and like you said, it took 5 of you to just make sure you got it right. That's that says something on how much work goes into this. It's not so easy.
It was great teamwork. It was good, but it's all about teamwork.
I love it. And how about you, Allison?
For on this project, and I think in general, it's helped me learn a few things, is just to roll with the punches. We have to be flexible because especially right now with the different things we're dealing with shortages and things that didn't show up on time, all of that, we have to be flexible. We have to be able to change our design just a little bit or go with what is offered as, hey, this is offered to us at a discount or donated, and this is what you wanted. Great, let's go that direction.
Sure.
So if we all keep our main goal in mind, which is just a beautiful home to spend, be flexible, and it all works out. So yeah.
Great point though about on time, starting during a pandemic, but you're right, supply issues. The supply issues, lumber prices going up, just getting doors, right? Was it doors somebody was saying? They just came in. So you were waiting weeks and weeks, and that becomes a big issue when you're trying to do a timeline, but you still succeed.
We did. We had a lot of great people behind us, so we were lucky.
Yeah, for sure. Stephanie?
I would say this goes back to the question about how to get involved. And I say, raise your hand, show up. And even when you feel out of your comfort zone or out of place or unsure, you don't know anybody, do the thing anyway and do the hard thing. Show up, raise your hand, volunteer, step up. That's what I thought was the most amazing thing about this whole experience was when we would sit in our meetings and it wasn't one person, the hierarchy assigning all of the lessers or whatever. It was everybody saying, I'll do that. I've got this, I'll reach out. I'll take care of that. Everybody was always volunteering.
Right.
And I think that that's what made it successful is because people were willing to put themselves out there and they were willing to take a lead wherever they needed to do what it took to get it done.
So you always said you knew what you wanted to be upstairs, and that was an architect. Tell me, all of you, right? If you were to start over, would volunteering and getting out there be the first thing you did? Some of us were forced into it, right? If you grew up in a building family, like you were just, my kids are on job sites all the time, and we have to go to another job site. Yes, you are. But right, is that the biggest piece of advice for a lot of these young people and women looking to come into this industry?
Yeah, I'd say volunteer. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say the only way to find out if it's really what you love is to jump in and learn. Yeah. And you find out you're going to sink or swim. And I think we all swam.
Right.
Keep an open mind, always be willing, be teachable.
Yeah.
If you can be teachable, you'll discover a lot of things.
Sure, for sure. I love it. Well, listen, we're getting close to our hour. See how fast it goes?
Wow.
I say that every show. Every show I'm like, I'm surprised. That's fast. So one of the things that I wanted to, with the architect and the design team and the GC, which drawn on papers, did it always work out on site? And I think this is a big thing people really have to understand, not just those of us in the industry, but consumers looking to build and hire somebody. The best laid out plans have changes, especially when they come on site, because utility companies say, well, I want my utility over there. I want this over here. Did you guys run into some of that? A little bit?
A little bit, not too much actually, but we had some issues here and there.
Well, it goes back to that flexibility thing, because there was some, we would have a different opinion. It was, hey, you explain your side, let's explain our side. And in the end, the best outcome has happened. And so there was a few things that were like, this looks great on plans, but in reality, needed to be changed just a little bit.
Right.
And everyone was so flexible to do that.
Yeah.
Well, the plan got totally mirrored.
Yeah. Yeah.
The plan is totally mirrored.
From what it originally was.
Yeah. Are you guys all hoping that doing this project, the house that she built, is going to change the minds of people and women coming into this industry and going to school or going to the trades? there's the idea of let's all build a house, but what's the final, what would make you the happiest to see come out of this, outside of it's just a lot of fun to do a project like this?
I think more women in the trades, to be quite honest with you. For us, that's always been our goal, is to just show that there are women doing it and that women can do it. That would just be the best thing that could have come from this
Right.
project, is more women asking
Yeah.
questions.
I love it. Oh, Jen, do we have anything that we want to go through? I mean, there's over 70 comments in there.
Sweet.
That should make you super, super happy. In fact, you guys need to go and read. I'm looking at them as well. But listen, this has been an absolute pleasure. I'm looking forward. I know we're going to do some interviews with some other members of the team that help pull all this together. We end every show with, what's your one thing? Oh, is there something we want? No, just flashing. All right. So what is your, and we'll start at the end down here with Stephanie. What is your one thing? If you were to impart your one thing that you believe in the most, whether it's professional or personal, what would that be?
Well, I think that the one thing for me is, when I was presented with this opportunity, I didn't realize how I was fortunate enough to never doubt, and that got me really a long way in my career and in my life. And it's only the things that I question or doubt that make me trip up or stumble or whatever, or hold me back from my full potential.
Yeah.
So I would say, I know it sounds all woohoo, right? Make your mind right, but have a good mindset. And if you don't doubt, and if you really have confidence and know exactly what you want to do, then there are no roadblocks.
Yeah, I love it. Allison?
For me, it's kind of the same, I guess, kind of take off there. I did doubt. That was my problem. For a while, I thought I wasn't good enough to do on my own thing. That or some convincing, I thought, only the worst can happen is I don't succeed. And that was the biggest fear, right? But so I
Right back
jumped.
where you started
Exactly,
from, right?
exactly. And I thought, but I did jump. So my advice is jump, because worst case, you start off right where you were, but you could fly. And it's been fabulous to see. So don't be afraid of what is the unknown, because the unknown can be absolutely amazing.
I love it.
So my one thing, I am hoping to talk to the women who are in the student chapters, right, who are doing this and might feel alone, because I go back, 27 years ago to when I was.
You could have said 13, it would have been fine.
But it really was 27 years ago in 1994 when I was alone in civil engineering. I think, there were only 2 other girls in the program. And then I stuck that out for 2 years. It was hard to be alone. And then going to construction management, doing sandblasting and welding and being the only girl and feeling like I am just in the wrong place. That was a lie that I told myself, and I jumped into interior design thinking I could get to architecture school that way. Don't believe the lies. Don't tell yourself lies that you can't do it. I was hopeful that I wish that there would have been a PWB for me at that time. I probably would have stuck with architecture school had there been a PWB. So I'm get in a PWB if you have one.
All right, so all the universities, professors out there, Kim is now going to be traveling the country, coming to your classrooms to talk to all of your students. So we'll put her phone number in the picture. All right, love it. All right, Stephanie.
Ask questions.
Yeah,
Don't be the person that knows it all. Don't be the person that's afraid to ask.
right,
Learning is key in this whole thing. We don't know the answers to everything.
right.
And we have to be okay with that. You've got peers around you that might be able to help you.
Yeah.
And if you have a question that someone near you can't answer, ask someone that's been in it longer than you.
Yeah.
I just think that's the biggest thing. Ask questions. Learning is good for you. We're going to learn for the rest of our lives. And
That's right.
it doesn't help you to pretend like you know it all. So,
And you might surprise yourself because you might
It
teach
comes
us
to bite
something.
you in the butt sometimes.
it might bite me in the butt.
And it is only pretending, because nobody does know everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, they don't, and it's the thing, right? With that's why we go to Twitch, right? The younger generation can teach us so much about
Right.
BIM modeling and virtual. They've been building virtual worlds for a long time that can help us all be more efficient in this space as well. So I think the message is pretty clear. When they ask questions, they'll probably teach us something unknowingly,
Yeah.
even though they're looking at you four as the experts. So
But we can all learn from each other,
Absolutely.
the
Give and
young
take.
back and forth. Yeah.
right. All right, everybody, listen, thank you for tuning in. I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of the show and letting us come here and talk about the house that she built. I love it. I'm getting a t-shirt, so they say. So Stephanie, Kim, Allison, and Stephanie, I love how easy that was. Thank you so much. for all that you're doing. I appreciate all that you're doing out there with the PWB and you're inspiring women and young professionals across the country right now. And I think that's amazing. So if you are not following them on their social media channels, follow them on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and they'll be on Twitch soon as well. I'm sure. I'm sure they're going to be, and Kim will see you at a university near you sometime soon. But outside of that, listen, everybody, Dave Cooper Live. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see everybody. Bye now.
What an amazing show. Thank you to all of our sponsors for helping us to continue to bring all of these innovative conversations to all of you out there. Please visit them, see what they have to offer you. And as always, subscribe to the YouTube channel and ring that bell. It would mean the world to us. I'm Dave Cooper. Thanks for watching.